Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Ooh la la. Moi, see.
I love that when I walked in, you said, or you walked in, because I actually was here before you were.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, wow, you smell good. And I need to shower so badly.
What did you
I
put
sprayed
on your
perfume
body?
on my
Okay.
body because I really need to fucking shower.
I was wondering how you got here so fast because when you said you were still posting stuff and I knew you hadn't showered yet, and I was like,
Bitch, there's no fucking way I'm showering in the morning. There's no
Okay.
way I can, like, I would get here and then I would be like, Mats, you have to pick me up. Like,
gotcha.
because it wipes me out, which is why I like to do it at night because I also have such a hard time sleeping, even though I'm constantly tired. But I was going to do it yesterday and I don't want to give too much away because it's going to be heavily featured in my next vlog. But we had at least one roommate, as far as we know, move in. So
What
we
do you
spent a
mean?
lot of,
Oh, the rat.
yeah, 4-legged friend.
I saw the
Or
picture
foe.
and
Dude, we spent so much time. Like, first it was like we like bought barbed wire. Like, we had this like extra like chicken wire thing that we like were trying to put in the like the gap. Turns out it's not like a small little hole. Turns out this whole fucking time we've had like a massive fucking hole. And it's like, oh, this is the pitfalls of being tall. Fully missed it. Like, I needed to get on like tits to the ground to see it.
that's unfortunate.
So we did that and then that didn't work. And so then we started just stuffing it with all of our towels that we were going to cut, old towels that we were going to cut into rags. And then I had to go through and secure everything and then taking all of the dumbbells out of the garage and then weighing all of that down. And we set up our Ring camera to be a rat cam and it took a lot of time. So I didn't shower. And then I started having like a weird allergic reaction, which I wasn't sure what it was to.
Maybe from lying on the ground.
No, and that's what, because Mats was asking. He was like, because it wasn't like on one side of my face, but I was like, it has to be dust somewhere because like my ears are like on fire and red and my face was just like on fire and red. So,
Well,
well,
that sounds fun.
it was. So I'm so excited to shower tonight. I am so looking forward to it. I really hope I do it.
Well, you look showered, and that's
Thank
what
you.
counts. And you
Honestly,
smell showered.
It is what counts.
Yeah.
Like, you're only
I mean,
as
to me,
showered
I'm not
as you present.
like touching you or anything.
I'm not sticky.
You
mean-
still have dirt on you.
I don't know. I'm a really weird sensation person. So,
No, I
like-
mean, like you literally, like you can't escape it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just natural
no, my
daytime dead skin dirt
Mhm.
thing, that type of thing.
I'm like
you
the
sweat even if you don't realize you're sweating.
oh, I realize
Oh yeah, yeah.
my fucking
In
hot
addition, so
flash.
I'm just saying, like
no, but I also
you
need to-
have all that.
I'm like that little dusty cloud from that cartoon.
Charlie Brown,
There you go.
the Peanuts.
Well, all of that aside, don't you love that intro? Welcome to But Am I Wrong? Starring two people who have not once ever been wrong.
Mm-hmm. Happy Thanksgiving.
Is it Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yes. Christopher Columbus. Was that him?
No. I mean, he gets attributed to a lot of things.
Who did the
They just say the Pilgrims.
Oh yeah.
That's your people.
No, I know. It's half of my people.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm sorry.
don't
I
get it
I
fucking
won't
twisted.
include
Blondlin is rolling over in a
I'm
fucking
sorry.
grave.
Your Black Irish side. I'm sorry. I
It's
apologize.
lowercase b. Let's clarify. It's lowercase b. And who is working? What is Joe Biden's plan on reclassifying the Black Irish when there are literally Black people who live in Ireland?
Yep.
Maybe we should just call them the Sandy Cohens.
I don't include me in this. This is your people.
My people.
Yeah.
Maybe we should refer to ourselves as Sandy Cohens. But I don't even think that he's actually Black Irish. I think he's Italian.
I think he is. Didn't we look this up?
No, I think that the whole point was that he is like the reference for it and he's not.
What's his real name? I typed in Sandy Cohen.
I don't know.
Also, him as his dad, New Girl.
Wait.
He plays his dad. He plays Schmidt's dad.
Yes. I always get confused with him and then the older guy that's like the dad at Jess's school who she dates.
Jess has no type.
No, she doesn't. I also can't believe that they like really
He's
thought...
Irish, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I think my people, we need to, I don't know who's going to put this on what ballot, because, this man's overseas, that we need to rebrand as Sandy Cohens. Like, I'm actually a Sandy Cohen Irish.
Okay.
Which is confusing because that character is Jewish, but,
I know.
I mean, you can be,
You could be
a Black Irish and Jewish.
Yeah.
It's just be in a very specific location. Anyways, I have no idea how we fucking got there.
Because we were talking about the Pilgrims and only half of your family.
There you go. Yeah. There's one half that was, and I'm sure they did I'm sure they were like the worst of the worst. Let's be real. Because they were like white people with like money.
From what I've heard from you, what you've told me from the descendants.
Yeah. No, there's evil in that blood. Like that's cursed. It's a good thing that I've got some other to, hold it down. Otherwise, and you don't want to be that pure blood. That's the
oof. I feel like that would be incest.
Well, yeah, that's like in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Also, I'm the one on that side of the family with the darkest hair. I'm not kidding. Darkest hair and darkest blue eyes.
Okay.
The only reason I still have blue eyes is because my dad has blue eyes.
That Black Irish is really pulling through.
I know. But I did get the Black Irish eyebrows. Like, I'm really upset about that. Because my dad has, like, Sandy Cohen eyebrows. I'm like, give me that.
I've seen videos that don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Like, give me that thick brow. Give me that give me, like, a Lily Collins brow, but, like, don't tweeze it. Don't trim it. Like, give me that give me a wizard brow. You know what I mean? Those old wizards with their unruly brows. I'd love it. I would. Anyways, yeah, so we're never wrong on this podcast. So just buckle up, bitches, and prepare for the wild ride.
Yeah. So this show is divided into 3 segments. The first is, But Am I Wrong? That's the two of us. We present things in our lives or hot takes that we may or may not be wrong about. Cheat code, we're not wrong. And then there's, But Are You Wrong? And that's when y'all write in, which I have a few things to say, and I'm sure that you would like to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, But Are You Wrong is when y'all write into butamiwrongpod@gmail.com and share, if you've been, on the fence about am I right or am I wrong in this situation, and then keep it to 300 words or less and share your pronouns if you would like to, give fake names, but most importantly, write in because they've been like lacking through the email address. And then Meghan posted today on the day that we're recording, like, hey, y'all, please write in. Within 5 minutes, 20 people had written in.
Yeah, because I specifically said, I'm like, for this day only, we'll accept DMs. And I feel like it was even more than 20.
Yeah, I mean, like within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And y'all have been sitting on this. Actually, please send an email. We know that it takes a little bit more effort, but just like open the email and app, and it's the same thing. Think about it as Instagram, but in text form.
It's just like looks a little different. Like squint your eyes, like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Would it be easier? Would it be easier if we had like a form on our Instagram that you would then click and then fill it out? Like, how can we make it easier for you? Because we know that you have things to say.
Yeah.
But you don't like emailing. And I get it. I don't like calling people.
I don't like emailing or calling or texting. I don't like communication.
Actually,
I would prefer just to talk.
Me too. Or not. Like, I either want to
in
talk
person.
to you or I don't.
In person.
And
to get to me in person means that you actually need to be in the close
or it's like me. I just came in through your open side door.
Well, I told you to come in. I gave you consent.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. That's so freaky.
I was thinking about just making you keys anyway.
Okay. Well, I've made it. It was like me when I was like, I hate walking downstairs to let people in. So, let us know how we can help us help you. And we can figure out a way to do this that's more streamlined. Because the fact with DMs, like we can't keep up with them.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that's hard. So I don't know if maybe it's us doing it once every certain amount of time and then we backlog it. But we want you to be able to like, send in as things are happening in your life. We don't want you to have to like wait for that when you can just email. So, and then our final segment.
Our final segment is, but are they wrong? And that's when we pick someone. We both nominate an individual or group of things that is happening in pop culture, in the news, and we share if they're always wrong, to be honest. Those people are always wrong.
Yeah. They've been heavily vetted.
Yeah.
We're burning them at the stake. So, and not in like a, wrongfully accused which way. In a fuck you, bitch way. I do love bitch as a term of endearment, though. So, my favorite part is that all of you get to vote on who you think was wrong in every situation for all of the segments. And you do that by heading over to our Instagram, and we post stories the day after the episode comes out. So these episodes come out on Thursday. The votes usually go up on Friday. Sometimes they go up a little bit later, but they will always be up before Monday or very early on Monday.
And I do want to say Fisting Friday may come out a little bit late just because it's the day after a holiday this year. So
Yes.
It may not come out on Friday. It might come out on Saturday.
We're on holiday time, everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Just it's holly jolly and drink some cocoa and enjoy the shit. So yeah. And then on Fisting Friday, we release an episode this time, maybe on Saturday, where we read the results of last week's episode so you can see where you fell among that. And sometimes we have updates or people who have like their own input for all that stuff. And we get some more viewpoints and we just talk shit, which is also what we're going to do here.
Oh, yeah.
So should we hop into it?
Let's do it.
So I have a personal one this week.
Ooh la la.
I know, look at me. And I literally thought of it in the car ride over. And I don't know why it took me so long because I think I legitimately used like, would I be wrong if when I was talking to Mats about this and it just like didn't ring any fucking bells like earlier this week. So I had a doctor's appointment on Friday. And up until maybe like Thursday night, I was under the impression, like I assumed it was my cardiologist appointment. And I was like, okay, cool.
That's what you told me.
Gonna get the heart monitor tested, like see if I can do that.
I'm gonna make them do this.
I was like, I literally left here
you were pumped.
with the fucking plan. I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And you're like, okay, great, good for you, got it. And I was like, no, this is what I'm doing. And I'm sorry if anyone can hear that I'm wearing overalls. So then like do the check-in the night before and it's like, and nobody come for me for the fucking pronunciation. I can't pronounce anything. Pulmonary, your lungs. And it's that doctor. And I was like, what? Like I knew.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
I had a follow-up appointment that was supposed to set 6 weeks after the initial one. And I was like, okay, that was like weird. I didn't know that was what that was going to be, but okay, cool. And as I was getting ready for the appointment, I was telling him, I was like, oh, I really don't want to go. Like, I don't even remember, like, what the fuck are we doing on this appointment? He was like, oh, well, it's like probably the other stuff that like you were supposed to do. And I had the impression that the other things that he ordered was a high altitude simulation test and a couple of other like breathing rehab test sort of things. And I was like, I thought that like I would have to do that somewhere else, but like maybe they just weren't prepared for the first appointment. And like, that's what I go back and do. And I was like, okay, well, at least I will like get something out of this appointment. I get there and they insisted I like set the appointment the day I had my last one. And they're like, calling to confirm, really wanted to cancel because I was just so fucking tired, but I didn't. And I get there begrudgingly. And the doctor's like, probably 30 minutes like late to see me, which is fine.
That's
I'm
how
okay with it. That's how it is. But he's like very nice. The whole office is really kind. And he sits down, he's like looking at the chart. And he's like, okay, so let's see what's going on. And he like starts to kind of like look a little bit confused. And then he goes, so did you do the did you do the high altitude simulation test? And I was like, no. He's like, did they call you? And I was like, no. He's like, what? And he was like, did you do and list all of the things that I like assumed we were doing that day. And I was like, no, am I not doing that here? And he was like, no, that's like at a whole different location with like different doctor, different appointments. Like that's a whole other thing. And he was like, I don't know what's going on. And then he like, is like going through the file and looking and he's like, okay, so these were all like cause he's like, I was like, maybe I missed a call. Like, I don't know. But like usually as someone who screens all of her phone calls, usually it will say that where like it's coming from the hospital or it's coming from like might be blah, blah, blah. But also like I'm on their app. Like they'll send notifications. They'll also send text messages. If they tried to call you, they'll leave voicemails. And I was like, I don't think I have anything. He like looks through the file and is like, okay, well, it says that these were canceled. And he's like, I didn't cancel them. Okay, I'm going to like go to the front desk and like talk to them. And they're like, well, they all said that like they did the order and you have a PPO. So your insurance like wouldn't have like, I don't think your insurance would have like canceled this at all. Like it's pretty like routine. I don't think they're not going to cover it. So I sat there and then he like went and like talked to them for a while and then like left and then came back. And so like I've probably been in that room for an hour. And then he's like, okay, well, let's do like, did we do a walk exercise like last time? And I was like, no. Where they just take your blood pressure and you like walk around with a pulse ox on your finger. You walk around like briskly the office. I did it twice. First time I had like dangerously low blood ox levels. It turns out that's the rain ounce. My hands had no circulation. So they were just.
So does that mean when you're at home too?
So he said that like I did it again and it's like you need to like, blow on my finger a couple times, like get it like a little bit warmer and then not having my hands be down. They like need to be up. So when I'm at home, they're usually like up. And by the time that I'm taking them, I'm usually like fucking overheated as shit. So it's never been dangerously low before. So it was tracking way lower than it had. And he was like, well, your heart is like going absolute like berserk. Like this like makes total sense. Like this is your heart affecting your breathing. Like this is exactly what we thought. So I do all of that. And then he just like writes in my file that he thinks that the cardiologist should like do more, whatever. And then he's like, so I've reordered all of those things and don't make an appointment today for the follow-up. Like, let's like wait on it until like we get all of that stuff. And I'm like, but is it even going to happen? Like, are they going to call me? Am I going to find out? And he was like, yeah. And he seemed honestly like really confused. And part of me, like my conspiracy theory mind, I go, did my cardiologist cancel these? Like, I don't know if he even could, but like, did he write something in my chart that then would have made my insurance be like, I don't think that we need to do this aspect of it? Or it was just some fucking fluke, an error. But would I be wrong for days later, dare I say almost a week later, sending an email or giving them a call, it's going to be an email, and being like, hi, can I be reimbursed for the almost $80 I spent for this, not counting gas?
Absolutely not.
Took me an hour to get there, an hour and 30 minutes to get home.
Yeah, I would ask to be reimbursed. And I would like to get to because like they don't show in their appointment thing who canceled it. There should be like a something because somebody would have had to cancel it. So there should be a note about who canceled it. Well, that's in the system.
And that's what I wonder if it was like, it wasn't their office because that's why he walked out though. And like, he was like, he felt like I could tell like he was a little bit annoyed and like was kind of like, well, it wasn't my people who did this. And so I think like whatever it was, like someone put a block in this and then nobody then notified me or notified their office to be like, oh, if this appointment was for reading the results, like, I don't know what the fuck this, like, all this shit is about. It was like, you need to set an appointment 6 weeks later. Like, you know, I would have assumed if it was a secondary, like, office I would have to go to, they would call me, like, what it should have happened. And then if it didn't, I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing it here. And the fact that, like, nobody reached out, and they're so communicative. Like, I love this hospital. Like, I love, like, everyone there. And it's just, like, a little weird because, A, I don't like that one cardiologist, but then, 2, I don't like, you know, insurance in general, but I'm like, who fucked up here and who's going to give me my money back?
Yeah, I would definitely figure it out.
Okay, that makes me feel better because I can't even, it was an all-day fucking activity. My appointment was at like, I don't know, like, I think I had to get there at 12:45 for like a 1:15 appointment. So by the time I was driving, it's like 3:30, like rush hour fucking traffic. Like and they don't validate parking there. So it's a $12 parking.
Yeah. I'd ask for all of it back.
Great. Cool. I would do it.
Yeah, I had similar, but not in a health wise. But I have a food that gets delivered to me every couple months that I enjoy. And I had canceled mine for this month because I didn't need any more.
Yeah.
And I have like, they send like a text thing and it's like, hey, your order's coming up. Do you want this? And I was like, and I said, no. And then it said, okay, confirmed your next delivery will be in February. So I was looking through my email and there was a receipt that I had been charged for it. And I was like, no, I canceled this. What happened? So then I emailed them and I was like, here's the text message that showed. And they were like, oh, well, we've already sent it out. And I was like, but I don't need it. I don't want it.
This is your bad. Why am I paying for your mistake?
Exactly. Because it's like $70.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we can't like get in touch with the shipping people. And I was like, that's not my problem.
No.
I have a receipt showing that I don't need this. It's going to go back.
Yep. There's no room for shit.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking annoying. And especially because like you prepay for like these appointments. So like you don't pay at the end of the appointment. You pay at the beginning, which like I don't have an issue with. Like I also like will do prepay. Like I can pay on my phone before I even get there. And I like that, like the less contact, like the better for me. But like, you know, it's just like.
It's the money and the time and gas. Yeah. Like there's a lot and also like mentally you were preparing for one thing and it wasn't that.
No. And it's just like, so it's very frustrating. And also like, I really like that doctor and all of that. I'm like, I also wasted your time. And
he just kind of came up with something for you to do while you were there.
And I was like, you know, this is like, we both know that this is like pretty fucking useless. And even after the first appointment, it's pretty fucking useless. And like, if I had totally normal tests and all of that shit before, they probably would have been like, oh, you don't need to do a follow-up appointment. And instead I'm like, so now I'm going to have to do all of this all over again.
Right.
So I'm just like annoyed as shit. So I'm going to ask for my money back.
Good for you.
It's just too fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And I had a LASIK appointment that I had done for like this week to do to see if I'm qualified to get like a touch up for it. And the payment for that appointment is $50. And then the cost to get it done again would be anywhere between $500 to like $2,000. And I canceled it because I'm just like, no, I already spent I already spent all this fucking money. And then I'm spending a lot of money, which I will talk about in my Rachel of the Week. And I'm like, look at me now. I'm like, I'm financially well, like I'm doing fine financially, but like no matter what, like health insurance and shit is so fucking expensive. We're all making sacrifices because we actually can't pay for everything. Yeah. So like we have to make choices and sacrifices there, which like is fucked up. Like we shouldn't have to do that. And like I made a sacrifice for this, like give me my money back. That's it.
Well, you're not wrong. Get your money.
I'm gonna get it.
All right. Mine this week is a hot take.
Oh, I love it.
Here's my Thanksgiving hot takes. First of all, when I wake up, I'm going to be watching the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade and I'm going to be cooking and I don't want to be bothered. Those are, you know, what I'm after I've already been preparing all night and I've probably only slept 3 hours anyway. On Thanksgiving, I should only be seeing low vibrational plates if you're posting them on Instagram. If you don't know what that means, that's your problem. No salad. That's taking up room for what? That's a Wednesday food and a Friday. Actually, not even Friday. You shouldn't be eating the salad again until Monday.
Specifically, if I see a Caesar salad,
Yeah.
if I see a cheesy salad with croutons, jail. Also, if I see a chopped salad with salami,
No.
what are you doing? You at the deli? No, you're not.
No.
No.
Moving on. Macaroni and cheese should always be made in the oven. And I mean, I know this is against you, but no breadcrumbs. Again, that's taking up room on Thanksgiving. You can have it like at a steak.
I don't want them to think that I am like only macaroni and cheese breadcrumbs. No. I told Melissa completely.
It's on record.
Oh, okay.
It came out last Tuesday.
Okay, everybody. But just know that like I just need a crispy top. So if you're not able to get your cheese crispy, you better throw some breadcrumbs on there because I don't want like the entire layer is just like a whop of macaroni and cheese.
I want the wop underneath.
Exactly, but I can't have
I
the
don't
whole
want it
wop
on the top. It needs to be a little dry.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we'll just have fucking frozen mac and cheese.
And I should have prefaced this in saying that I can't eat most of the things that I'm going to be listing.
No, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have opinions.
But I have
on
opinions.
them.
When I could eat them, these are still my opinions.
Yeah, and like you still are,
and
like
I still
the number
make
one.
them for other people.
Yeah, no, your voice actually should be the loudest for this, regardless if you can eat it or not.
Right. Also, 4 cheese minimum. Turkey, terrible meat unless it's thinly sliced and on a sandwich as deli meat. But on Thanksgiving, I'm going to eat that shit.
Yeah, no, I will shit talk turkey every single day. But if you decide to not make it on Thanksgiving, I'm sorry, I love turkey.
Yeah. Also, ham only for Christmas.
Mm.
I love ham, but Christmas.
It is. You eat it on a roll with potato salad.
Green bean casserole should only be made on Thanksgiving. No other day of the year. And also the onions that come in the little can, that crispy French, whatever the fuck it is. No, make your own. Just no.
They look good though.
I've
never had them.
They're very oily.
Oh,
they're crunchy but oily.
No,
this may upset some of my palm-colored brother and sister and themins. Sweet potato pie is superior to pumpkin pie, even though I dislike both of them.
Me coming up with all of my opinions.
Better Thanksgiving pie is pecan pie.
Does apple rank third for you, or does it rank above pumpkin and sweet potato?
Apple to me is like the Wish version of a Thanksgiving pie.
Okay. I make a great apple pie, and I'm going to try and make it gluten-free this year.
Apple pie is delicious, but like ranking in Thanksgiving, like I can have apple pie any day of the fucking year.
You love a nut.
I love a nut.
I don't love a nut. So like I'm here to respect you and like your nut ways.
And to continue on my nut liking of things, candy yams are better than sweet potato casserole. And if you don't know the difference, that's your problem. Big Brussels sprouts, they've been like the last 10 years, everybody just suddenly loves Brussels sprouts. I don't know, like in the 90s, that was like a thing where like people would be like, ugh, disgusting, I'm not eating Brussels sprouts. And then the last 10 years, they became the thing. And I'm here to say that their cousin, cabbage, smothered cabbage, is way better.
Justice for cabbage. All seasons, every time of year.
Yes.
Like cabbage is
that girl.
So good all the fucking time. Cabbage can transform. Like cabbage can be whatever the fuck you want her to be.
Whatever.
She's a shapeshifter.
Yes.
I love.
And Brussels sprouts are just baby cabbages that have not got their full flavor yet. Cabbage is where the flavor is.
I love both.
Okay. Collard greens. Wash them first of all. Because I ordered some collard greens a couple weeks ago and they were not washed.
Gritty.
Yeah, like you could taste it.
It's like scallops, the kind of seafood where you can get sand in them. Like they can get gritty.
And they should be cooked in ham hocks and pork back. And they should be soft, not crispy. And I don't want to see a fucking cranberry in some collard greens.
Who puts cranberries in collard greens?
When I first moved to LA, I saw it a couple times and I was like, what the fuck is this?
No.
And it was like kind of crispy.
No. No.
Absolutely not.
That is what kale is for.
Exactly. And don't get us started on kale.
Big kale.
The only breads that you should be having at Thanksgiving are either cornbread, no jalapenos, yeast bread, but the superior bread is
Hawaiian rolls.
Exactly.
Justice for Hawaiian rolls today and every day.
Mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving should be smooth, no chunks, and should be served with brown gravy. This is not the time to be putting cheese. It's not the time to be getting jazzy with the little chunks and like little pieces of the skin.
No, that's a summer potato.
That's a summer potato. That's any other time potato. Thanksgiving potatoes, brown gravy, I should specify only.
Yeah, no, the skin on the potato, that's the potato summer hat. Take her hat off.
Right.
We're indoors. It's the holidays.
It is the holiday season.
It's the holidays.
Have some decorum. Cornbread dressing is better than stuffing.
Is that the same? I've never heard of that. Is that just like stuffing, but like the base instead of bread is cornbread?
It's mixed in there, but it's different. Like it's cooked different. It's prepared different. If you have problems with that, argue with your mom. I don't know what to tell you.
I like that. Sounds good.
It's delicious. I'm going to try to make it gluten-free.
Woo!
So
we're going to be doing a lot of experimenting.
It's going to be experimenting this year. This is the time to do it. Christmas is not the time for experimentation.
No,
I'll come back with my Christmas hot thoughts later.
Hot thoughts.
Dinner on Thanksgiving should start at 3 p.m. I know. I figured you'd be.
Well, no, I'm not against it, like from a concept, but as someone with ADHD who is not good at time management, that's just
gonna be
very
hard.
It's
for
going
to be hard this year, especially because we're recording on Wednesday because we had to move it. But dinner 3 p.m. Then the itis sets in. You go take your nap, and then we reconvene at 6 p.m.
from leftovers.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No,
they haven't been put up. They're still. That's the best because it's been marinating a little bit.
They still have that's when foil just all the entire
when the macaroni
oven.
Is actually at
that's
its
the
best.
Oh, it's the best part because it's not like the cheese isn't sliding off like the spoon. Like it's just. I mean, I'm not eating macaroni cheese.
I mean, I'm not, but
you want a spoon at that point when it first is served. Like oh, it's so fucking good.
We're not watching Christmas films. You can start watching your Christmas movies tomorrow. None on Thanksgiving.
I already started.
I know you did. Cranberry sauce, non-negotiable. Out of the can or fresh, it's delicious. And I want to be bathed in it.
Can I tell you the cranberry sauce that I grew up with?
What?
And I want to say that this was something that was done throughout like an entire circle of people. It is a cranberry sauce that the only way I can describe it is separated. When you're trying
that is not cranberry sauce.
When you're trying to like combine like something together and then it goes, oh no, it's seized up and now it's just like this weird lumpy chunky thing. No. It's that. And can I tell you the forward flavor? Orange peel. It is just the amount of orange zest. It's just the peel.
Orange peel is supposed to be like a little, but it's not the main. No, it's called cranberry sauce, not orange sauce.
It looks like a sunset. The mix of orange as well as the cranberry color. And
like you could make like your orange chicken in it.
Honestly, it'd be fucking great for that. But it then throws in what every hippy dippy California household had to throw in to anything made from 2000 to now. They put it in guacamole here. Pomegranate seeds.
I have never seen guacamole with pomegranate seeds in it.
Have you been to the West Side? No, have you been to a Mexican restaurant chain that is not
the thing. I don't fuck with non-authentic Mexican food.
I'm sorry, there's one that does make some really good gluten-free stuff. Tocaya, I'm not coming for you. I know that you put pomegranate seeds on your guacamole and like I can look past it.
You know what? I've ordered from Tocaya. That's where I used to get my family meals from. But I never got the guac because I was like, it's gonna go bad.
The guac is good. I just like, and it's not mixed in. They do like a little garnished pomegranates on top and I go, weird, I'll eat it, but like, I'm not loving it.
Well, also Black Friday. No, like sit down, enjoy your family if you want to enjoy family or sleep, or that's when you can start watching your Christmas movies or football, whatever the fuck you want to do, but preserve your mental health and physical health and those of others and retail workers that some of them don't have a choice to be there. Just like, no, fuck Black Friday.
Use your computer like a normal person.
Right. Like some people are like, oh, I love the excitement of what? Getting punched in the face?
I do have a friend who loves the excitement and it actually is not of getting punched in the face. It's of watching it. She usually just like brings like a drink and stands on the outside.
I've heard of people doing that, but also like things pop off and something might pop off. And then somebody's asking for like a witness, and I'm not gonna be there to snitch on people.
I didn't see anything.
Right.
My eyes were closed the whole time.
No, thank you. And then lastly, and most importantly, fuck the colonizers.
There you go. There we go. Yep. That half of my blood that's just pumping through me that's pure evil. Fuck you.
So those are my hot takes.
I love it. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I obviously have already started watching Christmas movies, but I will say
my Christmas thing is like, they don't need to be watched on Thanksgiving. Like I just want like a break. Thanksgiving is for it's Christmas up to Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and then
it's just a 24-hour
it's Thanksgiving
window.
and then Christmas.
And here's the thing, I don't disagree with that because we have something that often gets overlooked, and that is Thanksgiving episodes of television shows.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure Hulu did at one point where they made a fucking playlist of all of them. So there you go. You're watching the Modern Family highlights. You're watching the Friends episodes. I need those.
All day Modern Family would be fine.
Perfect. That's honestly it is a Thanksgiving show. They made it, not endorsed by Pilgrims, but they made the show for Thanksgiving.
Every holiday.
Yeah.
Their Halloween episodes.
That's what I mean. I'm I think that we severely criminally underrate the television show holiday stuff. And we've said this with streaming shows that's the biggest thing that I miss. I'm I need to know what time of year it is based on you doing a holiday themed episode. So don't miss out. And I'm a number one Christmas movie fan. But don't neglect. You've already done the Halloween episodes of all the TV shows. Don't neglect the Thanksgiving episodes. They're great. They're absolutely great. Chaos
fantastic.
Always ensues. There's always a turkey on fire.
Yes.
And it's always going to end up your food will always look better than what you saw on TV. It's a good time. Oh, I love it. I literally just love this fucking food. That's all I care about.
All I care about too.
Is the food. And we're officially in Thanksgiving food season. And I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're so not wrong.
Thank you.
And I thoroughly enjoyed all of that. Now I'm hungry.
I am hungry too. All right. So let's take a break.
Woo! Break. And now we're going to read your submissions. So I got 20 female, have a friend who's engaged and I'm super happy for. We worked together and everything was great. We also have a really hot manager at our job and I recently started hooking up with him.
Nope.
It's on the down low, but she's my friend so she knows. Well, our job had an office party and there were drinks involved and she got blackout drunk. I was not there, but the next day, my boss that I'm hooking up with, oh, bitch. You did not mention that the manager is specifically your boss.
Yes.
Okay.
I got that. That's why I said no.
I didn't. I don't know how jobs work. I was not there, but the next day, my boss that I'm hooking up with and another friend of mine that was at the party told me she followed him into the bathroom and tried to hook up with him. I heard nothing from her for 2 days, but people at work told me she was laughing and joking about it with other coworkers. I got pissed off and told her fiance, but had a big fight with her in the process too. So am I wrong? No, I love it.
This whole thing is wrong. Everything about this is wrong.
Therefore, PEMDAS, cancel each other out. You can't be wrong because all of it's fucking wrong.
From the top to the bottom.
Literally, first, inner, outer, last. You're all wrong. So therefore, I don't think you're wrong at all.
I think you're absolutely wrong.
I don't know.
Hooking up with your boss? Wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
Telling your coworker you're hooking up with your boss? Wrong. Because at the end of the day, they may be your friend, but they're still your coworker.
Yep. Wrong.
Her trying to hook up with him in a bath. No, first, them having this holiday party where it's enough alcohol there for people to get blackout drunk. Wrong. Her getting blackout drunk at the holiday party. Wrong. Her trying to hook up with him in the bathroom. Wrong on 2 levels because one, she knows that 3 levels. One, she knows that you're hooking up with him. 2, she is trying to hook up with her boss. And then 3, the fiance.
Can I say 4?
Go ahead.
Don't hook up in bathrooms. It's very uncomfortable for the rest of us who are trying to pee or might have had some dairy and are having a little tummy issues.
Also sanitary. And next, all the coworkers talking about it, and then her laughing and kikiing about this. All of this is wrong. And then, you telling the fiance, right, 100% right. So there you go. You're right.
You're right, because all of this is so wrong. In a sea of wrong, you did what you had to do. You were pushing it. What were you expected to do? Just lie down while that happened?
You were also right for not going to this party, too.
Yeah, dude, honestly, fuck work holiday parties. Like, I think there's something fucked up about how much money they spend on them, too. Yeah.
Well, it's because taxes.
That's what I mean. I'm like, it's like we're doing this for all of you. I'm like, oh, you could have actually just given everyone like a nice holiday bonus. Yeah. Instead, actually, you're going to do this.
Bonuses get taxed more, so just...
Okay, you could have like slipped some money under our doors.
Or just like paid everybody more to begin with.
No, that's true. But I'm like, if you want to do something like, special for the holiday season, like if you're doing this for you, you're not doing this for us. Mm-hmm.
Unless you're at a company that, like mine, we have extra, like we get an onslaught of like an extra show at the end of the year and I can't like pay everybody like.
Yeah. Well, so you're not like going to use that money to then host a party.
Right.
Like no one wants that.
I give money. I don't even give like gifts. I give money because gifts gifts not money in the pocket.
No.
For what?
I don't need an evening work obligation that I'm like, I'm not getting paid for this.
No.
It's fun. Is it?
No. For what?
For who?
You know what's fun?
Money.
Sitting at home and money.
That's what's fun.
Well.
Okay.
This is great.
Low-key love that. We're doing a great episode right now. This is a really good episode.
Top tier.
We're funny. I think it's because I took my allergy medication pretty like recently. So I'm like, my nasal cavities are dry. My brain is firing off.
Hi, Eminem. Love the podcast and am a longtime listener. I am 24-year-old female, she, her, who has never been in a relationship. I have had very little dating experience, but I would say I am very career focused and picky with who I surround myself with. I don't see a problem with the standards I have, and I don't really want a relationship actively unless someone I really like came along. The problem is every time I see a family member or friend, they ask if I'm dating someone. Even my parents' friends ask my parents, and when they say she's single, they tell my parents I probably have a secret partner. I've even had an aunt ask why I've never had a partner and if I'm lying. Am I wrong for thinking this is totally inappropriate to be questioned constantly on? I'm in a fantastic career and working hard on myself, and it's really discouraging when all I'm ever questioned on is my dating history. It makes me feel as if I should have a partner just due to the pressure, which I know is totally wrong. Thank you. You guys make my week so much better. Smiley face emoticon.
Well, you're not wrong about that. That we make your week so much better.
And you're not wrong about anything else. Me being older than you, I get asked this. I mean, I have had partners that were secret that I didn't tell people about just because I don't like people in my business.
They have probable cause to think you might be lying again.
Yes, but also like I'm not currently in a relationship, or am I? And I get asked this all the time. It doesn't stop. Even I'm older, doesn't stop. Gets on my nerves. And now I just start cussing people out. So there's my solution.
Yeah, my solution is either you do that or you then turn around on other people and it's like, oh, are you still working that like really crappy job? Mm-hmm. Like I would just turn it around to be like, oh, that one thing that you're lacking in your life. Like I see all of the great things you're doing. Like let's focus on that one thing that you don't have right now.
Also, a lot of people that ask these questions hate their partners.
No, it's true.
It's very true.
I don't think I've ever asked anyone like, oh, have you been like dating anyone? Because I'm like, first of all, if you had good tea, if like it was fun, like you tell me. And like, I assume if you haven't told me, like yawn, boring. Like I don't need to ask, like whatever. But I also think that there is an underutilized tool in that I would like to say is the Lars and the Real Girl method. Freak them out. Freak them out. That's not what Lars did, which honestly, great movie.
Don't understand this reference.
Take a blow up doll or a fake doll and bring it around and goes, this is my new partner.
Oh, I like that.
Freak them the fuck out to the point where they're like, what? Like, we're not one for like roping people into fetishes non-consensually. This is not a fetish. This is a lie. And that is very different.
Yes.
You're allowed to lie to people without their knowledge or without their consent because that's how lying works.
My brother-in-law is convinced that I have a full family here.
And maybe you do.
And I was like, well, come visit.
If that's what you believe,
If that's what
that's
you
on
believe.
you. It's not my responsibility to change your narrative.
Mm-mm. He constantly thinks I'm lying.
Who the fuck knows? But yeah, that's fucking annoying. You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. And do whatever you need to do to cope with it.
I will say, though, it is like so rooted in the patriarchy and like just like women are young for like, oh my God, you have to get married and have babies and blah, blah, blah. But that will always be there. But even then when you get a relationship, then it's like, oh, what's the other thing that you have? Like, what's the other thing that you're lacking at? Like, let's ask about this. When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? Like, it's never enough. And it's usually because people hate their lives.
I'm getting married and having a kid next year.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
When are you getting married?
I don't know. Okay. Hi, so I'm in law school, 23 she, her, and I'm in a very red state coming from a city that was very liberal and just pretty great. I left because I needed the personal growth and I got accepted, so I came. But I wanted to ask if I'm in the wrong for not liking a classmate, 24-ish, she, her, let's call her Monica, who is so rude and condescending and disrespectful and just has a shitty personality, but that everyone lets slide because she was a childhood cancer survivor.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I'm not laughing at childhood cancer, obviously, okay? My opinion is that I treat everyone with respect until I don't get that back. And she was a bitch at one point in class and just so unaware of how fucking rude she is. I added the fucking. I'm so sorry. I took creative liberties.
You felt
I felt it. I can feel your passion through the message. And I just didn't think that should give you a pass. So am I wrong for thinking that just because she survived that I don't have to excuse her shitty personality? My peers think I'm wrong, but she's always making unnecessary comments in class, eating loudly, capitals, talks down to everyone. And one day I walked in and she hijacked the class monitors, not a thing you're supposed to do, and was blasting Christmas music. I can give the whole story if you want. And I was like, I don't think we should be doing this. Can we turn this off at 8 a.m.? And she went, well, I know you're a Grinch. And it immediately made it uncomfortable for everyone. And as the only non-white person in the room, they all thought I was overreacting. Love you both. Longtime listener, first time writer.
Here's the thing. Being a bitch is being a bitch. Being a cunt is being a cunt. Like, being an asshole is just being an asshole.
You can get cancer and simultaneously be a really bad person. You can have survived cancer and be a really bad person. Like, I think, like, if we think of, like, horrible people of their times, you think of people who are, like, horrible. I don't know off the top of my head how, like, Stalin died, but like, you know, people die from things or they get sick. They have all the shit, like the fucking, it doesn't discriminate. Like anyone is capable for that. And when it comes to overcoming something and surviving something, that also doesn't automatically make you a good person. Like, because in turn it would mean that like, oh, you survived because you're a good person and then everyone else who died was a bad person. And it's like, well, no, that's like literally not how it works. It's super irrelevant. I do want to know how you know this because like...
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
She clearly goes around telling
that
people.
That feels like a little like weaponized, where it's like, it's one thing if it's like, oh, like, by the way, like, blah, blah, blah. But then I'd be like, I'm sorry, what? Does the childhood cancer survivor want to then be known forever that it's like, we let it slide because she had cancer as a child? Like, does she want that? Because if she wants that, that's even like, that makes you even more of a bitch. Like otherwise, like you're just like literally clueless because everyone's been coddling you.
Yeah. I co-sign everything you said. I'm trying not to get canceled, so I'm not going to add anything on.
Me too.
But like just being, like you said, your trauma does not excuse your bad behavior. It might be like a reason for it, but it's not an excuse.
Yeah. And like from the examples you gave, she just sounds like annoying.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't seem like she's like from this, it doesn't sound like she's a malicious or mean person. You might have more examples where it's like really clear that she's like a fucking cold, like hearted bitch and it's like so mean and manipulative. But like
you don't have to like everybody, regardless of what they've been through in your life. You don't need to like anybody.
No, I low key think that sometimes being boring and being annoying are actually like the worst traits. Like I'd rather you be a cunt. Like, but like if you're boring or annoying, like I can't do anything with that. Like you're ruining my day. And like I'm gonna get irrationally angry at you for something that like is not as big of a deal, but like it will ruin my life. Like it's just not it. And
the nicest people in the world can still be annoying as hell and you don't want to be their friend.
I'm sure there are a lot of like wonderful, amazing activists who are like amazing and wonderful and great. Like if I got in a room with Malala, I don't think we'd have much to talk about.
No.
I think she's wonderful and great, but I
Not
can
annoying.
appreciate, no. But I can appreciate from afar. And I'm like, people who've gone through all of these like amazing things, I'm like, I'm going to read your book. I'm going to do all of this stuff. But like, do I think, and also if I think about it this sense, I'm like, do I think you're going to like me?
Right.
Am I going to be me? If I can't have my personality and feel like I have to like filter it for you to like be whatever is like acceptable in this idea of what, even if it's, you haven't done anything to me, but I think that this is how I've treated you. Like that's not fun for any of us at all. So no. And I think it's pretty shitty if everybody like agrees and thinks that she's like annoying or a bitch or like the fucking worst. But everyone's like, well, we have to be nice to her because like she had cancer. Like I think that's so much fucking worse. I think it's so much fucking worse.
Yeah.
And if I were her, I'd be like, if I was the girl, I'd be like pissed as fuck to find out that I'm like, oh, all of you hate me. You let it slide and you let me be this fucking annoying. And I could have pivoted my personality. Like I could have learned this. Like I'm not like, because hijacking a computer and like turning on like music and all of that, like it's just why? Like what? Like why? I would be upset that people didn't let me give me the opportunity to like grow and evolve and like become a person that is like seen as a whole person, not just as a survivor.
Right.
So I don't think you're wrong.
No, you're not.
I've been through some shit. Like I'm not a cancer survivor, but like I'm still a cunt.
Right.
Like trauma doesn't make you exactly.
A lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't like me.
And
then people that I find very annoying like me, and I'm like, why?
Yeah. And like why are we lying to ourselves?
That's the beauty of life, is that we get to pick and choose who and what we like.
And sometimes the people you don't like have been through some shit. And then some people you like, you're like, you're a horrible person. You've never been through anything and you're completely out of touch. And you're like, but I love this.
Yep.
I'm enjoying watching your life. So you're not wrong.
No. All right. Next one. Hi, Meghan and Melisa. Love the podcast and both of you. Here's my issue. I'm a 22-year-old female, she, her, and I'm a horseback rider. People that know me know about the riding, but it's not really something I bring up in conversation ever, unless asked about my hobbies specifically. Despite this, guys that date me, guys that I hook up with, always talk about wanting me to ride them, often using cringy statements like, I want you to ride me like your horse, etc. This irks me out because A, I think it's weird, and B, no one asks if I enjoy being on top.
Dude, horse girls
I'm not done.
Are fucking fight in the trenches fighting against these assumptions.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And the next part is not funny, but just the way that you wrote that was funny.
You had to know.
I actually physically can't really be on top. I have a labrum issue in my hips that causes severe pain during sex and even during actual horseback riding. I get that it's fetishized, but am I wrong for hating that everyone expects me to do it? Am I wrong for not wanting to? I also have confrontation issues, so I struggle with saying that no, and oftentimes put up with it just to avoid conflict, but I don't enjoy being on top. And I'm always nervous to do it because I feel bad at it. I love you guys so much. Any suggestions, tips for putting up with this will help. First of all, the fact that people say it is like weird if you really think about it.
I was today years old when I found out that horse girls are fetishized for riding horses. And so
which makes
riding
sense.
me like a horse, like, okay, paint me like a French girl. Ride me like a horse.
Yeah.
I'll kick you in the ass.
Like, it's weird. Like,
It's
because
so weird.
because like in turn, it means that they think you get turned on by riding your horse.
It's implied bestiality.
Yes.
Like, it's gross.
Uh-huh.
This is so fucking weird. It's like, who is saying, like, in a serious manner, like, ride me like your soul cycle bike? Like, you're not saying that. Like, do you know what I mean? And, like, that's not even an animal involved. Like, it should be, it's weirder when you throw an animal in there, but, like, no one's gonna be like, yeah, like, ride me like your mountain bike. Like, ride me like your BMX bike. Like, no, they're weird. Nope, throw an animal in there, like, yeah. Ride me like Black Beauty. Ride me like Seabiscuit.
I can only imagine.
Call me Seabiscuit.
I can only imagine some black girl that is a horse girl. And you know that she's been called Black Beauty by some white dude that thinks he's so down and so woke.
And I hope you beat his ass.
Yeah. I hope you, what's it called when a horse goes up on his front legs and then kicks back? That.
I hope you went full horse cosplay and like trampled him. I hope you stampeded his ass. Oh my God. This is so, like, I've never even thought about this.
I've never thought, I mean, why would I think about it? But like, yeah, first, I think maybe I'm just thinking of like the horse girls gathering and being like, ask me to ride, but they never asked me how I like to be ridden. That's what it is.
It is. It literally is. No, you need like a horse girl. Like, you need to like get in your horse girl community and like have a horse girl like meeting.
Because I'm sure a lot of your hips hurt. That's like par for the course with the...
A chef doesn't want to come home and make dinner.
Right.
I've been riding all day and you want me to hop on that dick and perform? And like, it's not the same. Like, honestly, I might be petty at one point. I go, okay, cool, I'll show you. And then like, I don't know shit about horseback riding. So like, I'm going to bring a lasso. Like, I'm going to like literally make it like a cartoon.
I've got, I'm not like into horses, so I don't know what the little thing is that you hold. The saddle,
reins?
the reins. I'm going to tie a rein around your neck.
I think someone's going to like this.
Somebody probably does like that.
No, but I'm going to fucking
like,
nail.
giddy up.
I'm going to nail horseshoes to your fucking feet. I'm going to give you those. I'm going to give you metal permanent clogs.
And then I'll be like, I have to get on your back.
Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's go!
It's not even your dick, so what now?
Honestly, I mean, yeah, you just gotta block people immediately. These people are like, it's not only just like weird and gross, but like I'm a little wary that these people are diving into bestiality.
Yeah. I would maybe just like when the horse conversation comes up and say like, yeah, I love, horseback riding, but it's been kind of, bad on my hips. It hurts a little bit. And then when we move to the bedroom, they won't ask.
Or you just gaslight them and you're like, well, you don't like straddle a horse and you ride it. Like, you put a chair there and you just like sit. Like, just like there's these like things that you built on
the saddle.
horses.
That's what you're talking about.
But no, but you like just gaslight them and lie about it. It's like, no, it's like there's like a recliner chair. It's kind of like you put a lazy boy on top and it like wears this kind of like smock dress. And I do that. Or like you can do one where you're vertical where I'm just like laying down. And it's just suddenly like you're describing like just like laying on a horse, like planking on a horse.
That's very cool.
And that's what you do.
I should bring planking back. Remember that phase.
Honestly, like face down, ass up. Maybe that's what you do. And you're like, that's how do you want to have sex? And then tell them that's how you ride horses.
Sometimes I want to be the horse, That's what I'd say. And then you can be face down, ass up, and then he rides you from the back.
I think immediately what you say is like, ride me like a horse. Just say, can I peg you? And then see what
that's
they say.
good. That's a good one too.
There you go.
Could be fun. Fun could ensue.
Fun could ensue.
or embarrassment. Either
which
way.
is equally fun
to you.
So they get what they deserve. Either you want to be pegged or you don't want to be pegged. Right. That's not what horse girls can do for you, but what you can do for horse girls.
Right.
So any other horse girls, if you've got advice, if you've got a community, I don't know if there's like
there's a
signal.
Facebook group. I know that because back when like Facebook groups were trying to like rebrand themselves, they were having those ads all around town, and there was like an actual one for like the horse girls.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that the horse girls in our community, like all of you are like, you got terms that you have with each other. I don't know if you all know each other, but like what I've heard is that the horse community is small. So I'm thinking like, you guys need to have a conversation together and put a stop to these men.
These fantasies. Because
so do they jack off to Seabiscuit?
I think they really think they're like, oh, she can really ride. Like this is a girl that can really.
It's the same thing when like people are like, oh, like gymnasts, like you're so flexible, and it's like, what? Do you want to do a back handspring on your dick?
Right.
Like what the fuck you want me to do? No, I'll vault off your dick. I'm sure it'll enjoy that, and then I'll show you the episode about from Don't Blame Me of a broken dick
and ripped one. Yeah, I'm just like really thinking about this now. Like when men see women ride horses, like are they getting turned on by that?
Are there a lot of creepy spectators similar to gymnastics?
I feel like people like get turned on by women riding horses.
So in that situation, they look at a horse. They look at this massive creature.
I don't think they're looking at the horse.
No, but I'm saying that in order to view that as something sexual, they're viewing themselves swapped in the place of the horse. And like that makes me think that they like actually, they might want to like you to pop a saddle on them. Like,
probably.
If you've been sexualizing us for so long, I think at this point you're like, feed me some hay.
That's why they like to be say like if they got big dicks, they like to say that I'm hung like a horse. Like it all goes together.
This just in. Men want to have sex with horses.
They do. They fantasize about horses.
They fantasize about fucking horses. Men jack off to Seabiscuit. So all of us, when we were in like middle school watching those like puberty things, when we had to learn about periods, men were just sitting in a giant circle jerk watching Seabiscuit.
Wow. Well,
you heard it here.
Now we're going to take another break. Woo!
Now it's time for But Are They Wrong, Rachel of the Week. So I would like to nominate Ticketmaster. Nobody is surprised.
Should thank Charity.
To be fair. Yes, Charity, thank you. But also it was on my short list before you texted me back.
Gotcha. You told me you didn't have it. So she texted me and I was like, I really don't care. But Meghan probably would.
This was before shit was going down too. And then it was like, oh, now I'm mad. So it should not be news to anybody that I am a Taylor Swift fan. Been a Swiftie.
You are?
Through literally for so long, like longer than some people have been alive. Like I've been there from the start. So she released her Eras tour and she has a concert, SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, on my fucking birthday. Like, she did this for me. This was personal. I see you, Taylor. And what I'm about to say has nothing to do with you. But I would like to fucking nominate Ticketmaster. Because, oh my fucking God, this is a absolute shit show. Shit show. And I have been buying concert tickets for, I don't know, a while. Like, I wasn't that kid who, some people, like, have parents who, like, would get them. Like, they would go to all those concerts as a kid growing up. Like, I had like friends who like, their parents would take you or, I've been to a couple growing up as a kid. And usually when I'm buying concert tickets, aside from Taylor Swift ones, I'm not buying I'm not buying BTS tickets. I'm not buying hairstyles tickets. Like I'm not buying tickets where like, holy shit, this is so fucking hard. But Taylor Swift tickets have always been hard to get. And one of the things that, I've done is buy them day of and spend a fuck ton of money, which is not a privilege that everybody has. But like this shit's fucking expensive. So they were supposed to be, there was an original she has all these pre-sales. So the first one is like a verified fan pre-sale where all of this is through Ticketmaster, and they send out codes to everybody. You had to pre-register. There was like a time period a couple weeks ago where you had to register for this, and you could only have like one per email address, like all of this shit. And so I registered, Mott's registered, like I have other friends who registered and shit. And then the night before, the day that the pre-sale tickets were going up, you were going to get an email and a text notification if you got the verified pre-sale. I didn't get it. I got waitlisted. So did Mott's. Lots of people, fuck ton of people got waitlisted. And in like the waitlist email, they were like,
how did that make you feel? Being waitlisted.
It's giving me college.
Yep.
It's giving me college all over again. Here's the thing. Nobody, unless you're me and you tell people you got waitlisted, but like, I went to Riverside, but like, that's like what I will be known as. And like their acting department, like I didn't have to audition for that, but like I got waitlisted at like some of like the best, like, you know, acting for film programs, like really great acting schools that like I wanted to go to. And like, that doesn't mean anything to like anyone else. And I'm like, it's like being like, I was one ticket away from winning the lottery. Like that's actually hard. And like, but it gets no credit for this. And so like, this has been a triggering time for me. So I'm so fucking upset, but I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm unhinged. I'm going to go no matter what. Like, I'm going to spend so much money. Like, I will not get endometriosis surgery. Like, I will make poor decisions. Don't do that. I have a financial cushion to be able to decide to do that. Like, so don't take any of my shit as something that you should do. Like, we can only ever think from our own privilege and perspective. Like, it's a privilege that I would say, fuck it. Is it still smart? No. Don't give me that look. So,
no, it just reminds me of that TikTok sound of like people really. I don't remember what the exact sound is, but it's like people think that I'm really rich, but bitch, I'm just financially irresponsible.
No, like, and I'm not, except for this. Like,
yeah, I know you're very like not frugal, just like we talked about this before. You're financially like. I don't know. You put money away.
Yeah,
you put a lot.
I'm
like
a big saver.
You don't spend a lot of money.
No, because I'm not good at math. So like, I don't know how to spend. I don't know how to like live within my means because like I don't know how to do math. So I'd just rather not
even
spend
that,
money.
there's people that are bad with math that just go around just spending money without like. You're still budgeting, like, but you're just like
I have a lot of money
unconscious budgeting.
Yeah, no, I've got a lot of weird mental hangups with money, and then also I have my own brain issues. So those things. So like, I know that this is like the one thing that like I will spend like all this fucking money for. Like I don't give a shit. Like it's gonna happen, and like I've stressed that to like Mott's and all of that shit. But that's like not the case, obviously, for everybody. But then, you know, the tickets are popping up on resale sites already, and they're like $12,000. Like, and I was like, whoa, okay, hold up. Like, yeah, I will make a stupid financial decision, but like, I can't. No, it can't be that. Like, that's unfucking hinged. So again, these tickets have always been hard to get. Her tickets have always had like a really fucking hard time. But now there's Ticketmaster. So I got waitlisted. All these other people got waitlisted. And in the email, they were like, unprecedented time. So many people registered. It's like, bitch, the registration was done weeks ago. You knew how many people registered. Either open it up immediately and say, like, we're going to actually do more pre-sale tickets here. Or say after the registration, hey, just know that like less people are going to get them. So many people didn't get them. And then lots of fucking people got the email confirmation, never got their code texted. So they got the verified pre-sale, but they never got the code.
Did they run out of numbers?
I mean, maybe. And so then the pre-sale starts. I'm sad, but I'm mentally and from a distance supporting my comrades currently in the trenches as I wait for my turn 2 p.m. because I'm going to do the Capital One pre-sale because Mott's, the reason why we're getting married is because he has a Capital One card and a Costco card.
And
I'm
then,
like,
Jennifer Garner, she have one too.
What's in your wallet?
I think Samuel L. Jackson too.
His is just anytime someone says Capital One, I just hear his voice. Like, what's in your wallet? Like in my head. Like that would be a great text sound or a ringtone. So I'm like, okay, cool. Biding my time, waiting my turn. So just know that this was literally supposed to happen today. Like we were like, I was texting Melissa. I was like, might have to start late. Might have to like, depending on what presale I get.
Yeah, like you told me that a couple days ago, right?
No, I told you that like when I signed up for the like that. I told you like weeks ago. But I'm keeping you updated and like I'm like didn't get that presale. Like Capital One, I need to take a break at like before I even get in, like to do for the one at 2 p.m. Then they issue another statement on Twitter, Ticketmaster. I will actually read this one because I just, looking at this, I was like, you think we're idiots. So like, you think I'm fucking stupid? A few updates on the Taylor Swift Eras tour on sale. There has been historically unprecedented demand with millions of showing up to buy tickets for the Taylor Swift Tix presale. Bitch, you sent out the presale codes. You know how many presale codes there were. What do you mean it's unprecedented? You gave the numbers. The call is coming from inside the house. Hundreds of thousands of tickets have been sold. If you've already secured tickets, you're all set. Oh, no way. Obviously, thank you. If you're currently in the queue, please hang tight. Queues are moving and we are working to get fans through as quickly as possible. West Coast on sales for Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Santa Clara, and Seattle are originally scheduled for 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time will now take place at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Queues will open 30 minutes prior. The Capital One on sale has been rescheduled tomorrow at 2 p.m. local venue time. All presale codes and links sent via text will still work at that time. Thank you for your patience as we continue managing this huge demand. You literally, it's like you asked us to sign up for an email list and then you go, oh my gosh, we got so many emails. How could we have known? You asked. We did it. What the fuck do you mean? Like, there are people like my friend Kaylee was like in line on the queue for fucking hours and hours. It kept booting her out, starting refresh. Suddenly 2,000 people are ahead, 100 people, like blah, blah. Finally glitched and she was able to get in. No tickets left, like just awful shitty tickets. She bought 2 and was like, okay, cool. That's what it is. Like, it's just a fucking mess. And I just know that I'm in good company because do you know who else is also currently struggling with this?
Oh.
AOC tweeted, daily reminder that Ticketmaster is a monopoly. Its merger with Live Nation should never have been approved. They need to be reined in. Break them up. Literally, break them the fuck up. So what happens now is beyond the fact that like this shit, it's like the actual like infrastructure of this is like a shit show and they like for some reason like aren't prepared to handle something that they prepared to handle with all the numbers that they knew that they had. They do this thing called dynamic pricing, which means that when their tickets are in really fucking high demand, the prices automatically go up. So artists can opt out of dynamic pricing. It's a relatively newer thing. So, you know, some artists might not know, whatever. It might be sold to them on this like really like, okay, it's within reason, like whatever. But there are people who are able to get pit tickets for $400 and there are people who got nosebleeds for $2,500 each. Not resale, like through Ticketmaster official. And it's just awful. So when they merged with Live Nation prior to this was like the largest concert venue and like artist manager. So they were the biggest clients of Ticketmaster. They bought the most tickets through Ticketmaster. And so when they were like, oh, we're going to make our own like ticket purchasing platform, Ticketmaster was like, oh, hold on, no. We'll just merge together instead, which is like textbook. So not allowed to happen. Like, it's just so not allowed to fucking happen. But the government at the time said it is actually not an antitrust concern, which is why. Clarify, further, explain why and what you're doing. What tell us how it's not when this is like literally what it was written. These laws were written to protect this from happening. This like really like blew up a couple months ago with Bruce Springsteen's tickets. They were like being priced like $5,000 a ticket, and fans are mad. And I don't know if this has happened to like other big fandoms at this point, but you've pissed off the Swifties. And this is just like, I hope something fucking changes. Oh, then the other part of the Ticketmaster is like they own their own resale platform. So they encourage resellers to hike up the prices because when you buy tickets through Ticketmaster, you're charged a service fee. When you resell tickets with Ticketmaster, you're charged a service fee twice. And so they're encouraging people to like upcharge. So they basically get the most money. So it is in their incentive to not get you to get tickets the first time around. It's to make it like so scarce, blow up the prices so fucking much. So then you're forced to buy them on the resale market through them and pay $10,000 fucking dollars for a ticket.
Hot take. I don't think you should be allowed to resell tickets at all unless like you're dying. Like that, I don't think you should be able to buy multiple tickets and then sell them back.
Yeah, the cap for this is 6 tickets. And then once you get to like not the pre-sale, there's no cap.
You shouldn't be like, I don't think you should be able to buy a lot of tickets and then resell it for more than what the ticket's actually worth. Like if you can sell it, you sell it at face value, but you don't sell for more. I got in a fight with somebody about this, and they're like, yeah, but like I need to pay for my ticket. I was like, you paid for your ticket. You paid for your ticket. You don't need to charge somebody double to cover your ticket.
No, someone else doesn't need to pay for your ticket. Yeah. You need to pay for your ticket.
And they like didn't get it. I was like, are you okay?
I genuinely think like, where is the fucking, does Jeff Bezos have any kids who are Swifties? Like, where is the kid with the fucking unlimited credit card who is like, we need the Peter Pan. Buy all the fucking tickets from the scalpers and shit, and then you dole them out to all of the actual fans. Like, how the fuck do we get anonymous in to like work this system? Because like this is such a fucking scam, and it's only getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, even when they're, to go back to some 90s television, even when it was like an actual like place, physical place where you could go buy tickets, there was an episode of Saved by the Bell where they were like camped out at the mall to buy tickets for U2. And I was like, at the time, I didn't even know who U2 was. I was like, why are they at the mall? But they like had to like stay overnight at the fucking mall to buy U2 tickets. And it's the same. And they were waiting at Ticketmaster. It was the same. Now it's just moved to digital.
Yeah. And it's like they're making so much fucking money. And then also like they're not, because this monopoly, like it hurts everybody. Like artists can't really say no to these things because then it's like, oh, well, then you can't tour. Like we're not going to sell your tickets. Like you're not going to have any contracts with these venues because we manage all these venues.
We
so
have
like,
an exclusive.
Best of fucking luck. Like you either play our game or like you don't get to do shit. And like it's just like a piece of shit. And I would hope that like Taylor would be able to, she has so much pull like through her fans, like to do like something with this. Like she doesn't even do, like you can't buy meet and greet passes. So like the whole thing that her thing is like, you know, they have like the secret sessions, but then also like, you know, the rep room or whatever they call the one for each concert. And it's like, has her team do a bunch of social media stalking leading up to the concert for who's going to be there and what seats they're going to be in. Her mom walks around before the show. Like they have people who then pick people out of the crowd, the audience, and those are the people who get to pick to meet her. You don't get to pay to do that. Like, I don't think you should be able to pay for meet and greets. Like, I mean, I did that for Jonas Brothers and like, do I regret it? No. But like, I don't think ethically you should be charging to do that for tickets that are like, oh, well, you can only meet me if it's like, you spend like $5,000 fucking dollars. Like if it's an attainable price, you bought a CD, like that gets you a meet and greet, like something like that where you're actually supporting the artist like through that way.
Who's buying CDs these days?
No, but you know, back in the day, like
I thought you meant current times. So it's like,
no, what I'm saying, like back in the day, like that was like what you would do, and like that could get you in the lottery to like win something. But like right now, like I just think that like, okay, you're someone specifically who is like so against like you want it to be an equal opportunity for people, like, and even like when she like lists her prices, like the original price is listed even for VIP, which include like merch and shit. I think the highest they go to is like $500 or something like that. And it's like, okay, so this is something that you are passionate about and care about. Like we've seen you re-record your masters, like you have a very loud voice here. Like even Spotify, she like that was like very loud and all of that. And I'm like, can you BTS and Beyonce's tickets haven't gone on sale yet, but I'm sure it'll be the same. Can like you get together and can someone buy Ticketmaster and redistribute this? Like this is fucked.
Yeah. The thing that you remember when earlier, so this was off mic, where I was like, Joe Biden had tweeted out about, and I didn't know because, you know, there's a lot of parody accounts jumping off because you can now buy blue check marks, but this was real. So the White House announced that it was working to crack down on junk fees in all sorts of transaction, banks, airlines, cable companies, and ticket sales.
Airbnb too?
All of it.
Hell yeah.
And so the surprise charges, the companies sneak in the bills because they can. This is a direct quote from Biden, such as resort fees at hotels and processing fees for concerts. According to More Perfect Union, Ticketmaster's fees now cost as much as 78% of a ticket. Processing fee inflation is connected to the domination of a few big ticketing companies across the market, according to Breakup Ticketmaster Coalition. They saw that after the merger of Live Nation and Ticketmaster, the company now controls 70% of primary ticketing in live event venues. Bands have long been complaining about ticket, blah, blah. But anyway, the administration is trying to get rid of the fees and then also looking at the broader scope of breaking things
Joe Biden, I officially forgive you for that ice cream eating picture now knowing that you're a Swiftie.
I still like the ice cream eating picture.
I can't stand it, but
I know you can't.
No, now I love it because you're a Swiftie. So thank you for your service.
I mean, this was before. This was on October 26th.
Okay, well, I'm going to need an update because AOC has come out as a Swiftie and Joe Biden is
his
also definitely a Swiftie.
I think he is. I think his
middle-aged
grandchildren.
Old white men, like that's their shit.
I was
like,
about to say, this man is far from middle age.
Hey, middle age is a concept.
Far from middle age.
Hey, wow, Melissa here is setting parameters for what middle age is.
That
He's
this
too
man,
old for middle
man
age.
that is
Melissa,
90 years old. Hold on.
Anyone who's a member of the Patreon will understand.
79. He'll be 80. And
so
next week he'll be 80 in 5 days.
You don't know that he'll live to be
160.
There you go. I need you to finish that down.
I know. That's why I jumped right on in.
So much. Hey, you don't know that. You don't know his life. Yeah. Also, Live Nation CEO in 2017, his salary was $70 million, which is like one of the highest CEO salaries of that time. Like they're just like raking in the money, and they should sleep with one eye open.
Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. I mean, this isn't a you thing, but
no.
Ticketmaster's wrong.
Everybody, hope by the time that you are hearing this episode, that just imagine that I'm sitting at home. No, let me laying. No, don't say I'm in the fucking queue. No, bitch, that would be for a fucking week. No, just imagine I'm like horizontal. I'm laying down. I'm so comfy. I'm in my like little wearable blanket. Like I'm
so
just
hard to imagine
living my best life, and I already have tickets. Like there's just like a sense of peace over me. By Taylor Swift. Okay.
All right. Well, best of luck.
Thank you. Best of luck for your Beyonce tickets when that happens.
Thank you. My Rachel of the week is Sherri Papini. She faked her own kidnapping so she could get back together with her ex-boyfriend.
Iconic.
Which led to 3 weeks of searching.
Not iconic.
It was a multi-state search before she resurfaced on Thanksgiving in 2016. So I wanted to bring something festive for the holiday season.
Dude, you're really in a festive mood. This is our Modern Family Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah. So she's 40 years old, pleaded guilty last spring to staging an abduction and lying to the FBI about it. And part of the plea bargain, she's required to pay more than $300,000 in restitution. The judge said that he considered the seriousness of the offense and the sheer number of people who were impacted. They included the law enforcement officers who searched for her, the community that believed that for 4 years, that she had been abducted because she kept lying after she resurfaced.
Okay.
And then those who lived in fear because of her fake story of being abducted by 2 Hispanic women. So then the racism is in there, and the Latino community that was falsely viewed with suspicion.
It's like she watched Gone Girl and like didn't finish it.
Exactly.
Like, this is bad. This is like a bad Gone Girl fanfic, and like you messed up.
So she never gave like a rational explanation for her behavior, which included months of careful planning before she disappeared and temporarily abandoning her 2 children. Her actions stumped even independent mental health experts who said that they couldn't conform with any type of typical diagnosis. She offered no explanation during the brief, tearful comments that she made before the judge. She also took money from real victims, like, because people raised money for her.
Like when she was found, to get back on your feet.
Yep.
What did she do when she like was fake abducted? Was she just like sitting at like a motel, like eating
don't worry,
candy?
I'll tell you. She was just hiding out, and then some passerbys found her. It's like literally Gone Girl.
Oh my God.
Found her with bindings on her body, a swollen nose, and a blurred brand on her right shoulder, bruises and rashes across her body, marks on her wrists and ankles, and marks on her left forearm, all of which were self-inflicted and were designed to go with her story.
So she watched Gone Girl and was like, this is a tutorial. Step by step. Step 1. She went to like WikiHow, how to fake your own abduction.
Yeah.
See, Amy Dune wasn't racist.
Right.
And also, like, wait, you left your kids?
Mm-hmm.
And so she was found on was it like a Thanksgiving surprise?
Yeah. Well, found to be.
No, was that her plan though? Was it like about Thanksgiving? Like, you're so thankful you found me? Like, that's a little on the nose.
Yeah. So on November 8th, she was ordered to serve. She still, I feel like, got off pretty leniently. 36 months of supervision after her release, a year longer than probation officers had sought. The twin charges carried a maximum possibility of 25 years in prison.
I mean, I think, like, I'm assuming she did give back all the money.
Give it all back, and she also has to
more.
pay $300,000.
Yeah. I mean, at
which
that point,
she'll never be
she's
able
not a
to pay.
danger to anyone right now besides, like, herself.
And maybe her kids. I don't know where they are.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine they're with her. But
no, but I mean, like, her being in jail doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like,
yeah.
I'm just like, I think, like, you know how we have like a sex offender registry, which, like, I'm not pro sex offender at all, but, like, there's also a lot of issues with the sex offender with the registry. I'm saying,
Okay.
like, there's a lot of issues with the registry. If you specifically look, there's a lot of people who are white who are not on there, and there's a lot of people who aren't white who are disproportionately on there because racism and convictions and shit. But I feel like we should have, like, a similar kind of, like, registry for, like, people who've, like, done crimes that are just like, fucking this. I want to know that I live next door to this.
Yeah. That's
you know?
true.
Like, you should have to let me know that you're moving next door to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, maybe I want to become your friend and hear all about this. Or maybe I want to avoid the shit out of you. But, like, I want to know. I need to know before. I don't want to know that. I don't want to learn this from you.
Yeah.
I don't want my neighbor to be like, oh, yeah, by the way, this happened to me.
Yeah.
I need to know first.
So, Sherri, have fun, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Sherri. What
What's
the
going
fuck,
on?
Sherri?
Yeah.
Sherri, what the fuck?
Like, no man is worth this.
What does he look like? Imagine Sherri calls in the podcast, but his dick was so big and, like, you just needed to know.
No.
But he was a Gemini. Okay. Sherri, what's your sign? And also, Sherri, what was the long-term game plan? Because, like, did this work for you? Like, did you think that, like, this was successful? Like, what happened? Like, with Gone Girl, we got to follow her around. We got to see what she was doing. But, like, Sherri, you just pop in, pop out. I need the details. Did you vlog this experience? Done an early vlogmas?
Y'all can look it up. I'm not going to share, but let me just show you this man.
For that man?
Mm-hmm.
You are kidding me. For that wilderness, Coors Light, Joe Rogan man?
Yeah.
Did it work?
No.
Do you feel silly, Sherri?
Oh, I didn't even know this. Hold on.
Are you on Perez Hilton?
No, this is Daily Mail.
Okay, same vibe, same layout.
Yeah.
So source Daily Mail. We'll take it with a grain of salt.
She's also married.
To who?
Somebody that is
Neil Patrick Harris?
very much more attractive.
Neil Patrick Harris. I'm sorry. One of these is a clean-shaven, kind of more beautiful
and
looking man.
They look like they're on a PJ too.
Neil Patrick Harris. Other one, scruffy. Ben Affleck. Bitch really fucking saw that and was like, watch this.
Mm-hmm. They left that out of the other article. Of course, Daily Mail is going to come with the real dirt. I was reading one from like NBC News or something.
They're keeping it classy.
Yeah.
No, give me the dirt. You're fucking kidding me.
Also, this is a picture that is on his Facebook.
Well, he stormed the Capitol.
Yeah.
You are kidding me. So, has anyone asked Rosamund Pike or Neil Patrick Harris or Ben Affleck for a comment on this? Gillian Flynn? Has she been asked for a comment? Wow.
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 Was right.
Sherri, wow. Okay, I don't endorse bad people having book deals and profiting off of them.
I just want an interview. I don't even need a book.
I honestly want a daily. I want a daily vlog.
I want Oprah to. No, actually, I want Gail to interview her. Z-Way isn't gonna make jokes. I need Gail.
Okay, well, can Gail come in first, and then can Z-Way do one afterwards?
Yeah, that'll work.
Because I would love to see this. I would love to see this woman in her element, and then I would love to see this woman flustered as fuck. What the fuck, Sherri?
Well,
that is our Thanksgiving episode.
Uh-huh.
Are you stuffed? Are you so stuffed?
Well, if you want to get double stuffed, come back tomorrow.
Are you a little Oreo want to get double stuffed?
Come back tomorrow for Fisting Friday to get double stuffed. You didn't see where I was going with that,
No,
did
I did.
you?
I did. I was going to tell you that I got some gluten-free, like, fake Oreos, and I don't know if I've had real Oreos. I don't love Oreos, but, like,
actual
they're
Oreos,
fun.
actual Oreos are gluten-free.
No.
I think they are.
No, I think it's that they're dairy-free, but they have gelatin in them, so they're not vegan.
That's the thing. They are vegan. They're not gluten-free. They're a dairy-free and vegan treat since the launch.
Oh.
Despite the creamy center filling, the cookie contains no milk.
I love what they say that as like they've had to like make that now be like, oh, look, like now we're being allergen inclusive. Like when before, and like truthfully, you're like, that's weird then. Like, what is this made out of?
So they've always been vegan and dairy free. There's some flavors like the golden ones have like honey in them, so they're not vegan, but they're still dairy free.
Mm-hmm. Well, we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Tell us what you're eating. Head on over to our Instagram and comment. Like, what are you eating?
And I will, if you put what you're eating, I'm going to give you a fair assessment from my point of view.
She'll review like those fucking TikToks. Like, Melissa will you should do that for some TikTok content. Like people who film their Thanksgiving meals on TikTok, you should review them.
I should. You're right. My TikTok is still locked down, but yeah.
I mean, it's deserved.
Like, I made a new one yesterday that I think you'll enjoy too.
I
enjoying the same ways that you enjoy.
I saw it and
There's two.
Skipped it.
The crab leg one is really good.
No, I saw the crab legs and then I saw your face pop up and I said, not today, bitch. Not right now. I'm not in the mindset. I have to prepare. Maybe I'll watch them during lunch.
Yeah.
If it won't fuck my appetite up.
It won't. It'll be very pleasing to your palate.
That's disgusting. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till I'm done eating. Anyways, we hope you all enjoyed. Leave a review on the podcast app.
Do we have any new ones? Probably not.
You all need to write. I know I can't read, but if you can write.
Can you stop saying that?
Well, because I think reading is a lie. Because I think you're right. We just memorize. It's the same thing with learning. Like, I don't think I learned a lot of things. I just memorized things. Like, what's the difference between learning and memorizing?
Here's one. It's from G0.
G-Easy?
But it's like good luck, but with a 0.
G-Easy.
Good luck, peep. 5 stars. Love the show. Love the show. Love the host. Real bees. I'll take that.
I will. As a real bitch, a real... What other words are bees?
Boopity boppity boo.
Bippity boppity boo, bitch. Okay, we will see you all next time.
Excuse me, that is not how we end this show.
Oh my God, I'm embarrassed.
You should be.
We will circle back. Goodbye.
And here's a tag on.
Yeah, we just talked about this. We stopped recording. We had to start again.
I cannot believe that I forgot to put this in my list because this is something that I strongly am passionate about. Yeah, so you are too. You reminded me.
When we were ending this, I was like, you know what I was waiting for you to say in your Thanksgiving rant that you can't stand because I hate it? It's that no fucking sitting around in a circle or going one by one and saying what you're thankful for.
We do not need a familial circle jerk of us just saying what we're thankful for.
Also, I know that it feels like this is the time and the place and the opportunity, but like of all of the days out of the year, I think it was actually the worst time to sit around and talk about what you're thankful for.
Yeah.
As a white person, I'm going to sit here and be like, I am so thankful that half of my ancestors came here and took over and murdered all of these people so I can be having this turkey. What? No.
No.
Wrong time, wrong place. Pick another day.
But also, like, why do we need a specific day to do it?
I don't care.
I don't care. I'm here for the food.
Weird mood.
Like, my mouth is stuffed as my stomach is getting stuffed in a non-sexual way. And like, no, like,
no,
not at all.
I don't need it. I don't need it. Save that for your Rachel Hollis podcast. Like, save that for your other shit. Like, leave me out of your gratitude journal.
Blessings.
Peace and blessings.
Okay, now we're really done.
Goodbye now, for real. But Am I Wrong is a production by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
And production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
Hey, are you ready for some real talk and some fantastic laughs? Join me, Meghan Rinks.
And me, Melisa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
We're serving up 4 hilarious shows every week designed to entertain and engage and, possibly enrage you.
And Don't Blame Me, we dive deep into listeners' questions, offering advice that's funny, relatable, and real.
Whether you're dealing with relationship drama or you just need a friend's perspective, we've got you.
Then switch gears with But Am I Wrong, which is for listeners who didn't take our advice and want to know if they are the villains in the situation.
Plus, we share our hot takes on current events and present situations that we might even be wrong in our lives. Spoiler alert, we are actually quite literally never wrong.
But wait, there's more. Check out See You Next Tuesday, where we reveal the juicy results from our listener polls from But Am I Wrong?
And don't miss Fisting Friday, where we catch up, chat about pop culture, TV, and movies. It's the perfect way to kick off your weekend.
So if you're looking for a podcast that feels like a chat with your besties, listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.